Hey everyone, welcome to The Creek. My name is Jared Miller and I'm the ministry lead here. And I want to tell you today about what I think is an important connection between Schrodinger's cat and the movie Frozen 2. See, I have a 2-year-old daughter at home, which means that we listen to the Frozen 2 soundtrack multiple times per week. I also grew up with a sister who sang musical theater, and so I have been exposed to more than my fair share of Disney songs. But it's the last song in that movie that has always seemed different to me from any other Disney song I've ever heard. For the uninitiated, the last song is a song of yearning and a kind of deep pathos. A prayer, ultimately, to be able to, whatever it is, do the next right thing. By the same token, if you spent much time living online at all, you've probably heard about Schrödinger and his famous cat. The thought experiment posed by the Austrian physicist Erwin Schrödinger, illustrating the paradox of quantum physics, where in a perfectly indeterminate state, a cat in a sealed box can be understood to be both alive and dead at the same time. And so many of us across this province have headed back to school this week and have found ourselves in a kind of weird holding pattern all of ourselves, a kind of communal quantum state, where we don't, can't, and won't know if our kids have been exposed to a virus for at least a week. And so while we find ourselves stuck in this indeterminate state, both free to live life to the fullest and at the same time not wanting to become spreaders, we find ourselves with a dilemma that has actually inspired this whole playlist of videos. As our kids around the province head back and complete the weirdest week in their lives, with all the unknowns stretched out in front of us, how do we do the next right thing? And so I think what looks at first like a throwaway line from the Gospel of Luke actually offers us some valuable insight. We're told in Luke 9:51 that Jesus sets his face to go to Jerusalem. The verb here, though, is what's really fascinating to me. It's rarely used in the way it's used here, because while it does mean that Jesus is heading off on a journey toward Jerusalem, it carries with it more connotations than just that. It's a setting metaphor more akin to fossilization or concrete. It's a kind of steadfast resoluteness that Jesus embarks on, not just a path. This is Luke's way of saying that Jesus is going forward and there is nothing on earth or in heaven that is going to get in his way. But that doesn't mean that there won't be hurdles or that Jesus has any degree of certainty about what he's getting himself into. He doesn't know what it's going to be like to cry out in doubt from the cross. He doesn't know yet what it would be like to beg and plead with God in the Garden of Gethsemane. He has no idea what it will be to experience the depth of loneliness and betrayal. Jesus just sets his face because he knows that success is more determined by orientation than it is by action. See, when we buy into the myth of control, we say that we play an outsized role in our own life. But there's not a single person watching this video right now who is immune to a life-changing phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not much in our lives is actually more fragile than the sense of control we have over the world around us. And so orientation, that ability to point ourselves in the direction not of the next little while, but of our ultimate objective, is critical. Orientation is our freedom. Which animal is more free, the jellyfish or the sardine? Structure lets freedom scale almost indefinitely. And so the tiniest fish in the entire ocean is more free than the freest invertebrates. When you know where you want to end up, the possibilities for how you get there are truly endless. That's why orientation has always been the hallmark of Christian faith. And so we put together this playlist as an offering and a blessing to you and your families who start on this journey. Let it guide you and let it shape you and let it point you where you want to go. Set your face and watch what God might do with you along the way. For now, we just hope that you take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And we'll talk to you soon. All the best for now.